Hey, it's David Shelton, and I'm coming to you today from Beresford, South Dakota. We're standing on an acreage that is over 32 acres in Clay County, Beresford, South Dakota. There's a beautiful pond that we're going to show you. There's a very cool home that started as a shed and then got built onto as a home with a huge 2.5 car garage that is also set up to be, if you wanted to, you could actually move that from a garage to heated finished space as well. So super cool place. My family and I love it here. It's got a rich tradition of being a home where people came, youth groups came. Back in the 80s, as I'm told, there are zip lines in the trees on the north end of the property, where there's also a creek. So cool. And an obstacle course that were used to get people out here and kind of like do the big obstacle thing. So today, the tenant, there was a tenant that lived at the property. There's also a farming tenant that is out here as well. And so we're getting the property ready. We're about a week away from the big debut open house kind of a thing. So there's going to be a lot of work going on here. Everything from mowing and sculpting to doing some work to the house, interior and exterior. Some of it will be done by next week. Some of it will still be remaining to be done. But we just wanted to share this with you. This is being offered at $500,000. One thing very cool about this property that you don't find with most acreages is that there are 3 additional housing eligibilities here. What that means is this: in the country, when you get property, you usually get 1 rural housing ability per 40 acres. Well, here there's the 1 housing eligibility with the house that's currently here, and there are 3 additional. So you could actually build 3 additional home sites here on this property. So good for future value, good for you to know. And so you've got this house is serviced by a septic tank. So that's kind of how you take care of sewage. There is rural water here, so that comes in from the Rural Water Authority. They bring that water in here. You could probably also put a well on the property without an issue, but hey, rural water is what people typically like. So from having a campfire, having a cool, funky house that people want to slab on grade, super rustic, that's what we've got here. We've got a master bedroom, which is large, fireplace that's a see-through fireplace, both in the master as well as the living room. We've got a porch area that is also on the house. An upstairs bedroom, a main floor additional bedroom, an extra full bathroom on the main floor. Like I said, the 3-car or 2.5 car attached garage with windows and even a sliding door set up so that could be future living space. There's a cool shed that's on the property as well. A creek going into the pond, a creek going out of the pond, and then the very cool pond. That pond behind me is stocked with both smallmouth bass as well as with perch, so or crappie, or some people from the south call them crappie, but however you pronounce crappie. So this is, my kids have been out here enjoying it. Greg actually, and years ago, was out here with his wife when outdoor youth activities and Bible studies were happening here. So this has grown up a little bit. We're going to do some trimming around the pond prior to the big opening, but we just wanted for you to be able to see what is going on here. This is just a beautiful still pond. The fish aren't rising and going after the bugs like they probably were earlier this morning, and they will be later this evening. There's a dock, a bench, there's a place there's even a little paddle boat. You can get out here and play around. But you, your friends, your guests are gonna love being at a place like this. This is like a one-of-a-kind, very cool acreage in the country, 25, 30 minutes from Sioux Falls, about 20 minutes from Vermilion, and about 35 minutes to Yankton. So it's really, and then Sioux City, about 35 minutes to Sioux City as well, 40 minutes to Sioux City. So you're really in a great spot. We're maybe 2 miles off of the interstate and the Beresford exit, so not very far from being able to catch right on there. Beresford School District is great. Clay County taxes are low. And in Beresford, you've got everything from banking, motels, dentist office, grocery, auto dealerships, implement dealerships, just a good variety. East Side Motors that does work on our mower there, and vehicles. They're just on the east side of Beresford. The community of Alcester is not very far away. We just love this area. If you're going to move to the country, you want to be close probably to a small town. And Beresford is one of the coolest small towns in South Dakota. As a matter of fact, let me just tell you this. Sioux Falls is a small town compared to the rest of the cities in the United States. But Sioux Falls is the biggest city in South Dakota. And so these smaller cities, towns around Sioux Falls have incredible, unique character. Many people live here and work in Sioux Falls, live in Beresford, and work in Sioux City, work in even Hull, Iowa, or Sioux Center, Iowa, or Vermilion, or Yankton. And there's a great appreciation for the country when you get out here. So I welcome you to come to join us. We'll have an open house next weekend. So if country living, if you're thinking about it, if you want to plan on it, give me a call, 605-906-8976. My name is David Shelton. I'm the broker at Century 21 Advantage. Call me, let's talk about it. Talk about what your plans are, how you see yourself living in the country. We can help you out. This is 33 acres. It's bigger than just a couple acreage. You'll really want to have a plan to live here. There are opportunities to graze cattle, pigs, goats, chickens, to have tillable area. We've got about 20 plus or minus acres of tillable ground right now that has been in alfalfa for the last 5 years. And this past year, there was also Japanese millet sown in with the alfalfa, ready for the next crop, really, the next plan for this acreage. So we can help you in creating a plan for the property so that you could get the most enjoyment out of it, and also enjoy the benefits of being on an acreage like this, where you could actually have the land begin to produce for you income that would be meaningful and a lifestyle that would be out of this world. And so if I say much more about it, I might have to pull it off the market and buy it myself, because we really, really love rural living. And we're on 5.5 acres now ourselves, but we want to help make you an owner of a property like this, if this is your calling, if this is your desire. So call me today, 605-906-8976. My name is David Shelton. I'm the broker at Century 21 Advantage, and we're going to just showcase to you this magnificent property and all it has to offer at this very unique location to Sioux Falls, very close to the interstate, and yet you can hear nothing but birds chirping, and we're out here in the middle of, and you'll hear some goats in the distance, because Dan has a few hundred goats, and he's about a half mile away from here. Thanks. This is David Shelton, broker at Century 21 Advantage in Sioux Falls. Be sure to join us every Friday afternoon at 1 p.m. Central Time for our 5 and 5 live broadcast. You're sure to find great information there. sure to invite your friends and family to our 5 and 5 live broadcast every Friday at 1 p.m. Central Time.